All right, guys. FCT Minister Yeson Wike don't enter better trouble when he never think of say it go ever happen. You understand? This one now then they call I be trouble the Inyanga they sleep, nine trouble go wake up. Nine be this one now when Yeson Wike don't enter. This video you were about to watch go make you understand say this matter, you no go just go free. Is now in a very big trouble. So guys, I go drop the video, make we watch am together. I'll be right back.
If we don't have a corrupt government, should that man still be in office by now, Esther? No, on a more serious note, if we don't have a corrupt government, I remember somebody going to Brazil to tell us that there's no more corruption in Nigeria. This is a very clear case before you, Esther. They say we should not do this, we should not do that, but they will force us. They will force us to show those things because we cannot avoid it. What Wike said now, should you still be the Minister of Federal Capital Territory? Is it not supposed to be there? The people that appointed him, what are they doing? What are they saying? Tell me. You mean later somebody will not say that this person is corrupt, EFCC is go after him, abi? You cannot be shading some people and then asking EFCC to go after some people. You are not fighting corruption. You are not. This is a clear case of corruption. Looking at you in the face openly, and because of this, now look at the reaction from US. If you think they are joking, oh yeah, go there now. Anybody that think that US is joking, let them go there.
Oh, the vice president was the one who went to represent the president at the recent ongoing hunger. And a lot of persons have been attributing several things to it. Is there anything in particular why? Some people say if hunger was being held in France, the president would have gone himself. But now that it's being held, and that he had to send his vice, could it just be that the president just returned from a travel and so he felt the vice should go?
Look, I was thinking that before now, if there is any place the president should have been frequenting, it should be US to learn democracy, because that is where we copied it. These other places have been going around. What is it impacting on us? What are we getting? Nothing. He should have been going to the US frequently to learn things about this democracy, because apparently he is not learning. Seriously, the way he's acting and behaving, it leaves more to be deserved. I'm not joking. Now with this thing that happened now, Esther, please, will somebody come and tell me tomorrow that he's fighting corruption? No, those that are supporting this administration, where are you now? Where are you? Step forward to come and tell me how they have performed excellently well. This is a clear case, because tomorrow none of us will forget. Esther, we are going to forget tomorrow that something like this happened. Look at the man still talking. He even posted that if he wanted, they would have extended the state of emergency in River State. So who is now the president of Nigeria? Esther, who is now the president of Nigeria? Because most times when we try to avoid a certain controversy, they will force us into it. How can this type of thing be going on and Nigeria will not pretend as if nothing happened? Who is not the president of Nigeria that Wike will be boasting that if he wanted, he would have extended the state of emergency? Please, who declared state of emergency?
But you know that Donald Trump is also going through his own issues as well. You know that very recently he actually signed a decree that anyone who burns the American flag will definitely be sent to jail. A US veteran took the American flag, went in front of the White House, stayed there and burnt it, trying to prove a point. They've been calling Donald Trump autocratic. They said he's been passing laws recently that's too stringent. They're also calling him a racist, one who is going into the whole white demographic thingy, white supremacy and all of that. And these are some tendencies that some Nigerians are accusing the president of. So it's almost like what you're accusing the president of is what a Donald Trump is. So why should anyone be concerned?
So because Donald Trump have committed infamy in America, therefore we should follow suit, abi? No, hold on. Donald Trump, because he has goofed in America, therefore we too, we must follow him. After following him now, why not travel there to go and thank him? Yes, use this hunger to go and thank him that he's doing so well. Look, let us not copy what is wrong. Donald Trump is trying to reinvent America. However he wants to do it, doesn't concern us. Let him sort out himself with Americans.
No, but you said something now that you'd have preferred Tinubu travels to the US so he will learn democracy, because that's the democracy we're copying. I'm trying to let you know the current state of democracy in America.
Oh my God, Esther,
under Donald Trump.
The institutions in America are bigger than Donald Trump.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying? The institutions in America, in fact, in the next 1 million years, they will be stronger than any American president. That is a fact. That's the truth. Most of the things Donald Trump wanted to do, has he done them? The institutions stopped him. Look at that, a veteran who went in front of the White House. Esther, can you go close to ASOROCK to do that kind of thing? No, tell me the truth. Can anybody allow you to enter in ASOROCK and do what a US veteran did? It's not possible. So, while we are trying to blame Donald Trump, look at where he's coming. It is not for the Americans to say yes or no. In fact, if not that Donald Trump is coming for the last time, I don't think they would have allowed him to come the second time. Well, yes, I don't think so.
You don't think it was a voice of the
people? They never thought that he would go this bad. The man, he came back with vengeance. That's the truth.
Wike.
Mr. Darlington is at it again. Oh my God, Mr. Darlington. Anyways, You see, in case you don't know, that this country, the problem before us is even bigger than the problem that Tinubu can solve. As it is now, the problem before us in this country is bigger than what Tinubu can solve. He can't solve the problem. It's bigger than him. So, if at all he wants to solve it, we could have seen at least some sign that, hey, he's trying, he's working, he's doing something. Just that you can't fight this, you can't end this insecurity at once. But a situation whereby we are not even started, Tinubu has not started, is like Tinubu is even encouraging them to do more. The more we complain, the more the insecurity reacts, the more they strike, the more Tinubu is encouraging them to do more. Why? Because there's a secret agenda that you don't know about. Reasons why the problem refuse to go. They refuse to address this problem, insecurity, because we have a lot of land, ungoverned area, especially in the north, because they have huge arables, uncultivated land. Reason why? Because they're not doing anything. They can just go. They don't take over. They took over the place. It now belongs to them. Sending messages, threat message to federal government, to military, that hey, mind your business. Actually, military mind their business. It shows the sign of weakness from the military, from the federal government. Why? Because federal government is in connection, is the one financing these people. I don't know what their games are. I don't know what they are going to achieve at the end by financing terrorists to buy their citizens. And these are people that they make money already. So I don't get it. Anyways, take your time, listen to this video. Then we'll come back and talk about it. There's a lot of problem. There's a lot going on in this country. Take your time, watch this video to the end. Please don't forget, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Be your guy, run out for me now. Just, it doesn't take you anything. You don't need to pay money to subscribe. You cannot even do me a favor, as in, at least say, take this token to go and, you don't understand, buy at least a bottle of water. You can as well do me a favor, hit the notification button, subscribe and hit the notification button. If you do that, actually, you are doing me a great favor.
Well, let me read out what Showore said. It says, it turns out that International Thief has 3 different properties in Winter Springs, Florida. All of them were hidden under the name of his wife, who also serves as a Court of Appeal judge in Nigeria, and shared out to his children. So he accused the minister of trafficking proceeds of crime. So apparently, when he gave all his breakdown, I don't want to read all the things that he wrote there because they were quite derogatory, and we don't want anybody to start suing or whatever, that we're promoting any form of slander or defamation. Yes, Wike is yet to respond to all of this. Larry Olayinka, the spokesperson to Yes Wike, has really not said anything. The only thing he said the last time was that Omoyele Showore is a rabble rouser, likes to make noise, just distract people from issues, bedeviling the polity and all whatnot. And his response was actually too lighthearted compared to how any other person would have. For example, Peter Obi, while wishing the president, the first lady, a happy birthday, he said, we are finished. That's what he started with. And up to today, up till now, there have been a lot of lambasting from every nook and cranny. And I'm surprised that we're not seeing such with what Omoyele Showore did towards Yes Wike, or Yes Wike's supporters and responders towards all of these information that have been reeled out.
You know, Esther, let me tell you a story that will link us with Showore and what he's doing.
Okay.
Whenever the Pope want to canonize or give out a sainthood to somebody, maybe a cardinal or somebody, you know what? After reading all the good things this man have done and all that, they will now invite another well educated cardinal who is well schooled in the things of religion, the history, everything. You know what this particular person does? That is the person they call the devil's advocate. No, seriously, listen. Okay, this man will come and say all the bad things that this man have done that will not warrant the Pope to canonize him. At times he may be saying the truth, but at the end of the day, the Pope will have his way. Now, Showore is doing this thing, but the question is, with all this expose, what will come out of it? Wike is still on seat, Esther.
Exactly.
He's still on seat.
No investigation. Because of this, the US has said we are not going to give any visa to corrupt politicians. We don't know. They always say that. I think
leave those people. They're not even better. Whenever money is changed now, they will water it down. After all, they've been talking of releasing some documents since Adam and Eve. Yet no document has been released. By the time another president will come in, they will brush all those things aside, and will now start all over again. The US is not helping those who needed help. They can only help you if you are going to do their bidding, play ball and all that. That is why they are not harsh on some dictators all over the world. I'm telling you, look at Saudi Arabia. All these countries that human rights is zero. Zero tolerance. So why are they hiding some and then trying to highlight others? Why are they fighting Venezuela? Why are they fighting what's it called, these other countries?
President,
when the people they're supposed to be fighting, they're not fighting them.
President, a joint team of security operatives ran into the ambush of armed assailants, initially leaving 3 personnel confirmed dead and 8 others missing. The team consisted of officers from Operation Zenda, the Benue State Civil Protection Guard, and the Special Intervention Squad. Now, the reports indicated that these 2 policemen and one of the operatives were killed in an encounter, while 8 policemen were declared missing. Well, the chairman of Katsina Ala local government area, Dr. Justin Shaku, confirmed today in feels like I don't know what is going on.
Esther.
Why are we not putting a strategic clamp down on these guys?
Oh my God!
Do you know now this policeman will be afraid to be conscripted to certain areas where there is volatility?
If the military are not afraid and running away from, who is it? The policeman that will go? Esther, you can see how bad the things have gotten into. When they were pampering these people here, I used to say it. I have shouted from the rooftop about this insecurity, that something is going on, and I've done my analysis, and nobody have come to counter it. Esther, something is going on. I'm not joking. Something is definitely going on. Let me tell you, when the government want to divert attention from the real issues, this type of thing will be happening, and they will use it as an excuse. Remember when George Bush Jr. was failing in his presidency, opinion poll was giving him thumbs down. Then 9/11 came up. The American president and all the security, they were aware. George Bush Jr. was aware of 9/11. He was briefed, but he kept quiet. He was looking the other side. He wanted it to happen, so that it will now divert attention from him to Americans. To the terrorists. Deliberately, the American security agents would have stopped 9/11 if George Bush Jr. had given his nod. But he deliberately wanted it to happen so that it will divert attention from the lackluster administration he was giving to Americans. If you are doubting me, go and read that documentary. Thank God it's a free society. That documentary titled Fahrenheit 9/11. Anybody Google it and go through that documentary. See what was said about George Bush and what he did. And of course, he succeeded. Because throughout that period, everybody forgot that George Bush didn't know what he was doing in office. And then they wanted to use it to, they have an ammunition factory, the Bush family, and they started selling their arms. Esther, you can see that this thing, apparently they are equally similar. There is a reason why the federal government of Nigeria is keeping quiet over this insecurity. Don't deceive yourself. The people that are dying does not matter, as long as they succeed in what they are trying to do or what they have done already. Can't you see it? The whole of those areas in the north where there is security, did you see any economy going on there? Did you see any life going on there? It's all about insecurity. It has become so bad that the terrorists are now warning the federal government that, look, if you kill one of us, just be ready. So with this kind of behavior, please, don't you think that the people in those areas, they will not be more afraid of the security of the terrorists than the federal government and their You can see, because those people, I can see that they are ungoverned areas. Terrorists are now occupying those areas. They are not a government of their own in those areas. Esther, openly, these people came out and they were brandishing guns, threatening the federal government of Nigeria, and nobody have said anything. And when somebody cough somewhere down here, you will see how everybody will come out and say, why did you cough so loud? Do you want to give us TB? The people that are giving us cancer, they are not talking about them. So Nigeria have gone to that level, all because of what? Selfish interests of leaders. Esther, selfish interests of leaders. Because if you are a leader and you swore to protect life and property, this cannot be happening under your watch.
Sure.
It cannot be happening. So as an issue, you never wanted to come and rule. You just want to answer a very big name, so that when the numbers are being counted, your name will be counted. But what did you achieve in office?
President,
what did you achieve?
In Nigeria, corruption is not a side story. It is the main plot.
I'm telling you, if you are not corrupt, then you are not part of this.
From billion-dollar oil scams to forged certificates and ghost contracts, there is a compendium of high-profile corruption cases that are yet to be solved.
Of course.
We had the Diazani Alison Wike case of $20 billion fraud. We have Professor Adesonya Iola Adelekon Bola Fasasi and Macmillan Nigeria Publishers with $922 million fraud. We have Abayo Mikukoyi, Kingsley Okpala, Prince Chidi Okpaleze, and Prince Emmanuel Okpaleze of 2.556 billion euros. There is Olu Agunloye of $6 billion Mambila hydroelectric plant fraud. There is Colonel Sambo Dasuki, retired, and 4 others of $2.1 billion arms fund diversion trial. There is Sadia Umar Farouk of 729 billion naira account for payments to poor Nigerians. Just like now, we are hearing 320 billion naira under Wale Edun to very poor Nigerians that we have not seen testimonials about. There is also Ahmed Idris of 109 billion naira fraud. There's Yahaya Bello, the former Kogi state governor, 80.2 billion naira and 110 billion naira fraud if there are no others. These are just what the EFCC told us, where Oloyede told us that if he's not prosecuted, he will resign. We're wondering why that has not happened. There is Ngozi Juliet Olejeme of 1.38 billion naira and $48.5 million. There's Saleh Maman, 33.8 billion naira money laundering scandal. There's Murtala Nyako and ORS, 29 billion naira fraud. There's Darius Dixon Ishako and Arnold, 27 billion naira fraud. Francis Atuche, 25.7 billion naira fraud. Emanuela Eteta Ita, 25.7 billion naira fraud. Bashiru Yuguda and ORS, 23.338 billion naira fraud. Adeshola Amusu and ORS, 21 billion naira fraud. Abdullahi Adamu, 15 billion naira diversion of public funds. Ali Bello and Daudu Suleiman, 10 billion naira fraud. Patrick Akolo-Kemi, ex-DG Nimasa, 8.5 billion naira fraud. Senator Stella Odua, 7.9 billion naira fraud. Senator Orji Uzokalu, 7.6 billion naira money laundering scam. Captain Everest Naj and Victor Wadili, $5 million fraud. Ayodele Fahishe, 6.9 billion naira money laundering, although the court has actually cleared him of it. Ismaila Mustafa, known as Mumfa, 5.9 billion naira money laundering. Hadi Abubakar Sirika and ORS, now 5.8 billion naira fraud. I'm wondering how Hadi Sirika is still working. Like, that guy is still working freely. We're not hearing about his case anymore. After the first time he was invited by the EFCC for questioning, we've not heard from Hadi Sirika anymore.
Very soon, Esther, very soon, you will know the reasons for keeping quiet over this money that the federal government of Nigeria is aware, and the culprits are walking about free. Very soon, I'm not joking, because when somebody want to carry out some actions in Nigeria, especially those at the top, they normally do something. They gather a lot of people, corrupt people around them, who will support them in their bid for whatever they want to do. Let me tell you another thing. When Obasanjo, who is not denying, wanted third term, what did he do? He started the constituency project allowance. He was the one that started it. First, he started by sourcing out a residential apartment of lawmakers that whenever they go, they can buy it and take it as their own instead of renting and all that. These are the things Obasanjo did in office. This constituency allowance is never anywhere in our constitution. He started it by inducing the lawmaker because they are the one.
Obasanjo started it.
Yes.
He's been lamenting lately.
Hold on, no. That's what I'm telling you. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
These are the things that they do after they will forget, and Nigerians will forget. He did that thing because of third term. Because it is the lawmaker that will approve and sign it into law. That was what he used to induce them. Unfortunately, Nnamani and Atiku made it to backfire. Because the day they wanted to vote,
they brought a higher.
Oh my God! They brought AIT to come and cover it, so that you will see the conspiracy. When they allow all of them said back, nobody voted again, and that was what killed that thing.
No, I heard that they now brought higher the amount that he proposed.
Yes.
To counter his own.
Yes, he brought what's it called? Ghana must go money and gave it to Naba to spread it. Good.
Atiku brought more.
Good. If you now know this story, you now know why Obasanjo hated Atiku. Esther, that was the genesis of hatred against Atiku. For Nigerians who don't know, Atiku is not the worst corrupt human being. Forget about what they are saying. When you want to hang a dog, you give it a bad name. If the truth be told, if you check between Atiku and Obasanjo, you don't need to be told who is more corrupt. Ajokuta Sea company is not working out today because of who? The same Obasanjo. The day the Russian builders of that sea company we are to take over to revamp that place, Obasanjo cancelled the contract because he wanted to give it to his own son. That was the end of the matter. Nigerians are not aware of this, but every time he'll be writing book trying to clean himself.
If all these monies are recouped, so don't you think that we will not need to tax ordinary Nigerians to make money, to get money for infrastructure and economic development?
I just told you now, listen and listen good. This money and these people, they are part of the full soldiers that will support what is to come.
Yeah.
No, I'm not joking. No, they are the ones that will now support what they are aiming at, which will definitely come. Because if you have done 99, what is 100? These people with these corrupt baggages all over the place, they are the ones that will now form a ring around what is to happen later. You will see the first line of defense, the second line of defense, the third line of defense, the fourth line of defense, the fifth line of defense. Esther, how can you penetrate all this before you get to the actual defense? You can see that this thing has been orchestrated and planned. It's not a joke. Because what an elder sees sitting down, a young man that climbed the team may not see it too. I thank God that all the things we predicted before 2020 is coming to pass. But initially they shouted all down. That somebody is the one who created democracy. He knows everything. This and that. Look at it. Look at it. Just a little power. Look at where we are now. They have collected everything. They have collected all the power from everybody. And you think that the person that is doing it for nothing, Abi? Look, of all the things Erufai said, you see this one he said, that is the end game. Because some people wouldn't want to leave office because of what they have done. If you check most African leaders, that is the burn of their leadership. When they look back and see what they have done, they say, if I leave office now, these people will see all these things too, and I'll be in trouble.
I want to stay there.
Yes, now
to make sure that all those tracks
go and for Biya. Go and ask Museveni of Uganda. And we are telling Nigerians that is what we are going to see, whether you like it or not.
But why are you predicting that?
I am not predicting because
the presidency has come to debunk the statement made by Erufai that Tinubu may want to go beyond 2031. Oh
my God. Esther.
Sir?
Were you not told here that there is no more corruption in Nigeria?
Yes.
What happened?
The president was telling them in Brazil
so
there is no more corruption in Nigeria.
That statement, is it a fact?
Maybe it's information that was given to him by those who
No, because even while he was in Brazil, Wike gate was all over the world.
Is it possible that the president was not aware of the Wike gate?
But he was aware of little things that is happening here, Abi.
What little things? Because he told us that the whole situation with Fuba and River State emergency that he did not know. Lawsuit. So it's possible that he doesn't know that there is corruption. Maybe the aides and those close to him say corruption is scared of the country, and
Esther, again. You believe that nobody knew there was no problem in Rivers before they imposed the state of emergency. But this insecurity, they know that the northern leaders as a whole, northern people as a whole have begged him to bring a state of emergency. He didn't hear that one, Abi.
Barrister, if Buhari did not put a state of emergency in the northern states, is it the president to know that you want to actually declare a state of emergency in northern states?
Then you can see it. When we say that some people are not what they claim to be, you can see it. A man who went outside, he went to work in front of his house at the bus stop. The bus conductor, because of change and all that, they started fighting, and the conductor beat the man hell out of his head. The man now staggered home, and when the innocent one asked him, my darling, what happened? Who did this to you? Out of anger, the man now pounced on the wife and started beating the woman, just for asking him. The conductor that beat him at the bus stop, he didn't beat back. He came back to the wife. What does that tell you? Is that man a man? How do you describe a coward? No, tell me. River State, that was as peaceful as anything, you imposed state of emergency. Well, but in somewhere where terrorists are now pointing a gun at your face and asking, what can you do? Please go, let's talk another thing. Is that not enough for you to even get mad? Can you imagine?
It's the brazenness of the whole thing.
Imagine.
The recent peace meeting that they had with these guys.
Please.
They were with their arms and ammunition. They gave conditions that they should not kill them. And after telling and addressing them what they wanted, and then they released those that were captive, with them, they left with their weapons. And they said it's a way of, so long as there can be peace in the community. Barrister, who are the persons sponsoring these guys?
Well, I don't know. Esther, as I sit here now, I don't know, but I have an idea.
Do you know the reason why Nigerians are complaining of poverty is because of insecurity?
Of course.
People can't go to their farmlands.
Of course, they can't even walk their
farmlands. There's no food.
No food.
Food becomes inaccessible, and those
not
who
only
can farm become
farmland.
very quite expensive.
Not only farmland. Other things you're supposed to do, you can't do them.
Barrister, do you know we're running a sachet economy?
What are you telling me?
Everything is in sachet. Do you know what do they call that thing? That bitter liquid, Chelsea, or what do they call that? Whatever. I don't want to call their brand names or something. Everything is now in sachet. Sanitary parts is now in sachet. Beverages in sachet. Detergent in sachet. Vegetable oil is now in
that's
sachet.
what you can afford.
Dairy milk and sugar is now in sachet. We're running a sachet economy.
That is what people can
no longer afford to buy. Barrister, if you want to buy yam, if you don't have 5,000 or 6,000 naira to buy it, no, they will cut it.
Yes, they cut it and package it. Yes,
the
so that
back
you
of
buy
yam that people used to give their animals, like goats or whatever, you cannot even waste it anymore. People are recycling food that are usually used for goats and whatever dogs. People recycle it now. Maize chaff is now a meal, is a proper meal. It's not a proper meal. The back of plantains, before you dispose it, people don't dispose it anymore. They dry it off and blend it, and they take it to all these millers, and it becomes powder form for people to use to eat food. It has become like that. Why are these issues not being addressed?
It will never be addressed because that is the part of the game plan.
The game plan to impoverish. How do you be in charge of a country that you deliberately impoverish?
Exactly, because the more people are poor, the more they cannot know or even challenge what is going on.
President, there is an accountability deficit, a major accountability deficit. Since 2024, the website where you can access how much money was used, monies approved and used by the government of the day, has not been updated.
Of course.
Do you think it's deliberate? So nobody gets to trace how they use this money.
Meanwhile, they set up a compliance and good governance office. So I hope you know. There is such an office, and there's an essay on that office. So wasn't not somebody that appointed them. The purpose of appointing them, is it working? And tomorrow somebody come and tell me, I didn't know that such a thing happened. No.
Barrister Israel, the APC youth leader, recently put out a tweet advertising for propaganda, progressive propaganda, having to use digital platforms to promote all the positives of the administration, and a lot of people were not happy with that. He kind of defended it by saying there's what they call positive propaganda. Should it be anything propaganda but the truth?
I wonder.
If the administration is doing well, why don't you say exactly what it is? It's not supposed to be propaganda.
To make matters well, how many spokespersons do we have now? Can you count them? You see, that was the first thing. Oh God Almighty, I wish Nigeria would understand. That was the first thing. Anybody that have a sinister motive, that is the first thing they promote. Propaganda machine. If you are doubting me, go and ask Hitler and Joseph Goebbels. Joseph Goebbels created a monster called Hitler. This man was so adept in what he was doing. How he packaged Hitler to Germans and then to the whole world. He created that monster. By the time the German people opened their eyes, it was over. They never knew what these people were up to. And it started with the German youth. I've told you the story. Because these are the people that need to be your full soldiers. Those people that you can indoctrinate and they will go all out and fight for you. He brainwashed these people to the extent that these people were handing over their parents to Hitler's Gestapo. When parents who understand what is going on make noise in their room, in their house, their children will report them to the Gestapos who are hanging around the streets. Around the street, all the child needed to run out there and whistle. That one will come and say, my parents are vilifying Adolf Hitler. Hey Hitler. They say they won't even ask me, they just drag them. And that's it. This happened in Germany just 1945, not too long ago. And you are telling me that what we are seeing now, you can't read the handwriting on the wall, Abi? You can't read the handwriting on the wall. That in some places now, opposition cannot even hold a common meeting. They will send some people to go and scatter that meeting.
Parasite, it's not a funny situation we're experiencing here. Do you know that a woman has been caught attempting to seat the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria examination on behalf of Sarah Enoch Adi, the Taraba State Commissioner for Finance? There was an exclusive video. The recording was obtained very recently by Sahara reporters.
That means she didn't have
the suspect, who identified herself as Livid Felix, was questioned by exam supervisors. According to their record, she was taking exam on behalf of Sarah Adi. So when pressed by a supervisor, Felix admitted that she was writing for Adi, but insisted she did not personally know her, claiming that a man named Joshua had contacted her for the task.
Of course.
The supervisors highlighted discrepancies between Felix's statements and the official records, concluding that she had misrepresented her connection to the civil service. One supervisor warned that the matter could be referred to law enforcement if she failed to provide complete information. So they're getting all the complete information. The revelation comes amid prior calls for accountability in Taraba State. In August, civil servants urged Governor Agbu Kefas to dismiss Sarah Adi over alleged irregularities in a biometric verification exercise that removed more than 7,000 names, including those of directors and deputy directors from the state payroll. So some people will say that these are the enemies of Sarah Adi. But do you think that Sarah Adi is not the only government official who has been involved in something like this?
Oh my God. Recently, just not a few years ago, Wike said they will publish the names of those who obtained their Wike through intellectual mercenaries. These people, we have twin mercenaries, those who carry gun and go and fight for countries and all that, and those who use their pen to, So these intellectual mercenaries, they wrote exams for these people. They said they will publish their name from a particular year to a particular year. Esther. By the time they saw the names involved, we didn't see the names again. Esther. I don't even know whether my own is. Esther. By the time they checked, we didn't see the names again. What does that tell you? Ordinary Wayek. And you think that the higher certificate is paid. I told you what happened to me some years ago when one journalist from The Sun, because of what I was writing to them, they said, Oga, this your writing, it looks like a PhD material. Are you a PhD holder? I said, no, I got only one small certificate from you. He said, no, that's not true. That I'm a PhD material, that he can even arrange it. It doesn't take anything. My name and everything will be there. I'll be a PhD holder. I said, me, in this world. Many years ago, about 2008 or so. You can imagine. I said, please, please let me keep to myself. If that one I favor, no. He said there will be no problem as long as my name will be in the school, whatever and whatever. That's what they need. Anybody that want to verify. I said no. But how about defending it? He said it doesn't matter. After all, I can speak. I can write. There are people who is being happy who cannot do more. I said, the man opened my eyes. I said, come. You mean this? Esther? He mentioned 1 or 2 names to me. Esther. As at that time. I said, what? Because of what? Please, will this thing take me to heaven? Because that's the ultimate of any human being.
But how come we cannot track government expenditures?
Well, please.
Up till now, in this day and age where everything is computerized, where data is essential, data is proof, is evidence that this is what was allocated, this is what was allocated was used for, the states, the local government, the project, who the project was appropriated to, who the contractors are, the duration of when that money is supposed to be completely utilized. All the borrowings since 2024 from the presidency, both from the World Bank and the IMF, how much has been collected? You know, they reel out this money in tranches. When the money was received, how much has been used by the government of the day, what it was used for, who were the beneficiaries, if it is a project, is it ongoing, has it been completed? All of this are meant to be updated on that website. Barrister, since 2024, there has been no update on it.
There will never be.
No, you can't say there will never be.
There will never be.
Nigerians need to know where their money is going. And this is the problem why a lot of Nigerians do not trust its new tax reform policy. Not to denigrate that particular process of the federal government. A couple of people say it's a good deed from the presidency. But Barrister Darlington, there is a situation where Nigerians do not trust the government. There's a lack of trust on the government. So if the expenditures of the government cannot be accessed, how do we now know how to track how much, based on the tax collected, what it is used for, who is using it, and who are the beneficiaries?
Esther, do you know one man called Mobutu Sese Seko? When the American CIA used him to destabilize Zaire, you know what the man said when he was coming after he killed the other leaders? He said, before me there's no Zaire, and after me there'll be no Zaire. Is that not what happened? Since that man and his infamous rulership of that country, DR Congo have never found its feet. Even when Kabila tried to rename it DR Congo, it didn't help matter, because the man plundered the country and brought insecurity in that country. Barrister Darlington, at the end of the day, what happened?
You asked a very salient question here. The question you asked was, how many spokespersons does the administration have?
Of course, I told you,
now,
yes, that's what they do.
These spokespersons have spokespersons. They have their own appointees.
Of
help
course.
them do research and do all the background
Of course.
work. So why is it difficult for those who are meant to collect data? Those, yes, you get all the data you require either from the financial records from the Central Bank of Nigeria, if they're the ones that are responsible for all the records, and then reel out all the data. Are we saying that there's nobody proof? I need to understand why we cannot get access to our money that is being used by the government for certain expenditure. They tell us that, okay, fine, we are building roads, we're doing some infrastructure, we're doing some renovations, no problem. We have bequeathed certain amounts of money to certain sectors that are going through degradation. We want to renovate them and give them a positive highlight. There's no issue with that. But the issue is, where is the record? What is the name of the contractor? How much money was allocated? What is the progress so far of these budgets, of these projects rather? So the journalists who obviously have to do the research, because when you go the extra mile to do research and get inside sources tell you certain things, if you reach out to them, they don't comment. And then when you publish, they sue you, or DSS comes to take you up the following day. Like, it's a crime for you to reel out the truth. So my question, Barrister Darlington, is the government of the day, by the APC Youth Wing, setting up a propaganda committee to reel out positivities of the government of the day? Like I said, there's nothing wrong. How about the factual input out there? That's all. Record, data.
So if they put out the record, so that you and I can see it, so that you and I can verify, then it means that they're exposing themselves.
They're exposing themselves?
Yes. That's why they hire them, to cover up all these tracks, to counter whatever anybody wants to say, to monitor you and I, to counter it on social media and tell them that we are lying, that what we are saying is not true, but they cannot tell you the truth. That is the difference here. If I'm not mistaken, more spokesperson will arise. More spokesperson. I'm not joking. Because I don't know what else they are going to speak on. I don't know what else. Look at on propaganda. And the guy has become so chubby now. That is Israel.
He's not very chubby.
Very, very. He's very, very chubby now. You can imagine.
He has a big tummy.
And he's answering the name Israel. Instead of him to go to where they are fighting over there, he's here carrying propaganda.
He's a child of God.
Yeah, he's a child of God.
He's also a pastor.
Of Redeemed Church.
Yeah.
I know of another woman who is a Redeemed Church pastor. Good.
There are a lot of pastors who are women in Redeemed Church.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what are they doing?
What are they doing? They're children of God.
You want money to build the National Library, so that after Wike will name it after you too, Abi? Or do you think after doing that thing, they will just leave it as it is? They will not rename it. Esther, these are the things we are talking about. Nigeria has become a family affair. No, don't joke with it, And people who think that they know better are standing akimbo. Look, I have said it before. It is better to pursue the black sheep in the daytime before it is nightfall. Because when night will come, you won't see it. You won't even find it in the first place. It's not possible. Go and check other past dictators in Africa. How they started. Go and check. They didn't just wake up. No, they started by hijacking institutions, conscripting people to their own side, brainwashing people, subverting all the institutions of state. The person that is doing all this, you think he's doing it for a joke? You can imagine. And the worst is that whenever they do this thing, they get away with it. Esther, they get away with it. What we did not agree with the military, because I remember in those days when we were Patito's gang, we were always challenging the military, bringing counter opinion, counter policy.
Yeah.
It's on record. I mean military. Military. We are not talking about what even civil society did in those days. Akabashonu. The people in the NBA now, they should go and look at what their past leader did with the military. And they kept quiet while Nigeria is sinking. And you think that after all these things we get back.
It was airing on NBA, right? Was
of course now, but those days, we don't have many private TV stations as at that time. We don't have many. So the few that used to air us, they do it in the night. And when we ask them, why can't you do it in the daytime? When we say no, it's better they do it in the night. By that time, the authorities will be sleeping. a lot happened in the country. Yeah, we did not learn any lesson. We did not learn any lesson. You said they don't want any military coup in Africa. We said, okay, no problem. Then let the civilian do the right thing. Because you cannot eat a cake and have it. It's not possible. You can't beat a child and ask that child not to cry. So whenever there is any military, go and check what has happened in that country. The civilians were behaving worse than the military. And you said the military should not intervene. Go and ask Burkina Faso, Mali, go and ask what happened there. When you could not even protect life and property, when terrorists, non-state actors are now acting like state actors, is it not a recipe for what you are trying to avoid? No, tell me. Is it not a recipe? Ingredients. You know when you want to cook a soup, a particular soup, like you have soup now, you gather them. When somebody says, you want to cook oha soup, the ingredient will tell you where you are going. The soup you want to cook. Is that not true? I mean, you have been cooking oha soup now, so you should know how these things work. So when you are doing this type of thing, where are you going to? Are you leading us to democracy or to what? The signs are there.
And now that's where it's
so when you are not doing the so what do you want me to say or to do? But I said the problem is coming. I'm not joking, because it's getting worse by the day. I'm telling you, getting worse by the day. The best time to tame a lion is when it's in the cub. That's a small lion. That's when you can tame it. When the lion has become big, with a very big chest and all that, my dear, even the owner can't go close to it. That's the truth. The owner can't go close to it. We are breeding a very big lion, monster that will consume everybody. Because this thing cannot be for nothing. I'm not joking.
Barrister, let's take a very...
Mention one single thing this National Assembly have done in opposition to Tinubu's...
Modi Tinubu was the one that has funded them over time in all of their political careers. And it's time for them to show support.
Yes, sir, you can see. So you are funding them to destroy the institutions. Is that what you call progress?
Barrister.
No, you said it yourself.
Power is not served a la carte.
Are you serious?
Yes.
But we said all power belongs to God.
But power is not served a la carte. You have to work for it. And by building it from time, is anything wrong with it?
I disagree with you. You see, there are certain principles and theory that people should not even copy or say.
Okay.
What do you mean by power is not served a la carte? I don't understand.
Power is not served a la carte. You need to work and get it. How you can get it, whatever way you get it.
Esther, if you get power through genuine means, there's no problem with that.
Okay.
If you contest election genuine, there's no problem with that. Esther, I don't need to kill anybody to gain power. I don't need to destroy people's career and future to gain power, for God's sake. If this is what you call power, please count me out. You saw how these things have been messed up, our polity. And you are copying what somebody said. So all of us should carry gun and cutlass to go and fight for power. During the election and mobilize talks, they'll be killing people. Collecting ballot boxes.
What if the president is not aware?
Are you serious? Then what other power does have a la carte are you people talking about? When they are talking of snatching, grab it and run with it. Run with it to where? No, if you snatch and grab and run, how far can you run? Can you run more than your shadows? Look, there are some theories that people should not even think about because of the implication. Don't even follow such thing. It's not done. These other people, you remember what happened with the election in America? Donald Trump disagreed, and they had to, for the first time, American votes were counted manually 3 times. Is that not true? In our own case, with all the disagreement, did anybody say anything? Did anybody, all the IRF and that form glitches and all that, did anybody come to prove the people wrong? As to say, okay, this election, since people are doubting it, let's bring all the votes in all the polling units. 58,000 polling units. Up to today, we don't know the result that came out from those polling units because they were never featured in the IRF. They were never. But the votes were counted from those units. So when you see all this in my dear, is that what you call victory? Power is not. Please, anybody that is an enemy of this country, power is not. So what is now serve a la carte? Your breakfast and lunch, Abi? No, that's the one that is serve a la carte. Who brought that theory? What is the meaning? Can they come and tell me that theory will help our democracy or that it has a meaning? So if everybody begin to fight and kill because of politics, do you think anybody will remain here? Elsa, do you think somebody will still be here? Maybe many people would have been killed before now. After all, some people were doing this democracy before you were born even. So why didn't they kill everybody so that only themselves will remain in power? Please, let us not copy what is wrong because of the implication. So anybody can now open mouth now say, power does have
so my question to you now, if Kwankwaso's agreement is stamped and sealed, obviously 2031 is Kwankwaso because that's the ultimate, that's what he's going for, and not just him, for also his supporters, which obviously may cause some internal issues within the APC if Kwankwaso joins in and there are others who have their own ambitions waiting for 2031 from the Northern Bloc. If Kwankwaso comes in, we are saying that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu may not necessarily even need to do elections, he's already in there. And the ADC, through Kenneth Okonkwo telling us that, or ADC El-Rufai article saying they have to send the president back to Botolon. Do you think there's any strong possibility of
if
that?
Kwankwaso joins APC, his political career is gone in the north.
How do you know that?
I said his political career is gone in the north.
Who do you think is now in charge of the Buhari loyalists? Who do you think the Buhari loyalists are looking up to now? But if you're to put Kwankwaso and Atiku Abubakar
I think it's Atiku.
You think it's
because
Atiku?
When Buhari's daughter wedded, it was Atiku that played the role of the godfather or something. Is that not true?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the ADC looks ready for 2027?
They are more than ready.
Are you sure?
They are more than ready.
Atiku already going through the running. Peter Obi right now said by November he'll disclose what political party he wants to be part of.
By the time Peter Obi announces his platform in November, I think we will now know the direction.
Are you sure that they're not late already? The APC is already doing door-to-door campaign, like at the very grassroots.
It is not. Look, Esther, it is not true. Whatever they are doing now will not hold water because people are already fed up. The people you are campaigning to come and vote for, is it the same people that cannot afford food in their house? The same people that cannot even use light? Even when there is light, they cannot afford to recharge. Because of the high. Esther, did you know that they have increased NEPA tariff? Are you aware?
Yes.
I noticed yesterday, seriously, 1,000 naira is now 2.6 units. Esther, 1,000 naira. When you recharge for 1,000 naira, they do two units that will not even last for 6 hours. In a day. 2.6. I said Nigeria don't know what is happening. They don't know, seriously. So tell me, how many thousands are you going to recharge to even use light for 1 week in your house? And the meter is running like crazy horse. The moment you put in piam, you pump water, the thing is gone. I've told those people to be very careful. I've told them.
You told them to be careful.
You see this, you listen to this. Anyways, Mr. Barrister Darlington said a lot. He touched a lot of issues. But let's focus on one or two issues. Let's start by corruption by Olukoyede, the EFCC chairman. You see, the corruptions, the money laundering that Esther have just read out, that this is money that people stole in government. This is just few of them, though. At least this is just few of them, though. If this money are in our economy today, what do we need to borrow money for? What do you need to borrow money for? These people that has been accused, stealing these billions of dollars, billions of naira, billions of euros, some of them, they are still working in this government today. That's the worst part. That's the funny, right? Some of them are still working in this government today. No, I've told you they won't. That this government cannot do nothing. It can only give people opportunity to steal more money. I said something that these people that have been accused of money laundering, they have issue of corruption case to answer from EFCC, and they are still working in this government. What does that tell you? And they are not employed. They are only there not to work for the country. They are there to teach the junior ones how to steal money. That's it. Is it not what they are doing? I've said it. Now, you know, Olukoyede, the EFCC chairman, when he said if he must do everything possible to prosecute these people. If he cannot prosecute Yahya Bello and the rest, he will resign. I was laughing at that time. I said, this man, you don't know where you are going to. You know, when you get a job newly, if you have been applying for jobs, suddenly they just called you or they sent you an email that, hey, you have been chosen. You have given you this employment. So blah 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 blah, do this, so come and resume work, so and so. Now they are giving you the employment with that happiness. You can, that happiness excites me. You go, hey, my friend, call your friend, call, they do everything. You talk a lot of things at that time. You talk a lot of things. You have plans because you've been given an employment, isn't it? You talk a lot of things. That was why Olukoyede were talking anyhow. It's just like, in other words, you know, when your parents at that time, when they said they will buy you Christmas clothes or they'll buy you dress, you're going to wear this dress to a Sunday, or you're going to wear this dress or Christmas, you want the Christmas come, if possible for you to fast forward so that the time come quickly. You would love to do it because of that excitement is already there. So it was the same thing with Olukoyede, because he was excited that he has been given EFCC chairman. He has been given the job. Out of that excitement, that was why he made that statement. He doesn't know where he was going, the kind of job, the EFCC chairman, what it entails, the kind of job that he will be doing, the kind of people he will be dealing with, the kind of people he will want to step on their toes. He doesn't know. He was not aware. He thought when he was just there as a junior officer, doing after the boss has treated some issues, they just go and give him some file, sign this, do that. He was not doing he was not doing that much now. He was not the person in charge of his position in that department at that time. He was not the person in charge. He was under somebody. He doesn't know how he works. Do you understand? So that was out of that excitement. He came, he said, if I cannot prosecute Yahya Bello, I will resign. We are still waiting for him to resign. It's not even only Yahya Bello now. That one happens before Tinubu, isn't it? The one that happens under Tinubu appointed the minister. Until today, we didn't hear anything from him. We didn't hear anything from a better Edu, because that time, the reason why they even allowed that one to go, she was too fast forward, because she already knows what APC stands for, which is, I told you, that she has not been a minister before. I think she has not been a minister before. It was an opportunity for her. She came. She had been hearing about corruption, how people steal money in positions under APC. That's why I told you that the other ones that have been accused of corruption, they are only there to teach the junior ones how to steal money successfully. So Beta Edu was too fast forward without taking instruction from those on top who had stolen money before. She just wanted to do it on how, because of incitement. She's now a minister working on that government, and now have opportunity to steal money that people have been stealing. He doesn't know that her own case was different. Otherwise, she would have still be there taking small. Then she will successfully do 4 years, 8 years. Then at that time she will have opportunity to steal more. But she just want to do it at once. First assignment. You see, now that's why Olukoyede made that statement. He knows now, after getting into that office, he see a lot of files, the people, the issues, the cases that he will be dealing with. He can't do it. He realized that that talk was just a careless one. He can't do nothing. That's the problem we have today. Here the money, this Esther read out, that is in the custody of these individuals. What business do we have with borrowing? Why are you suffering, Nigerians? I've told you many times that Nigerians do not have reasons to suffer. As citizens of Nigeria, you don't have any reason to suffer. We don't have any reason to cry out poverty. Even if federal government wants to pay unemployed graduate youth, unemployed, if you are above 18, let me know 18 is 2 months, 16, that federal government want to start paying you 1 million every day, even if you are working or not working, the money we have in this country will not finish. Leave the population, it will not finish. But it's in the hands of few individuals. Deposited the money to Swiss account, Swiss bank, foreigners, and those people are using it to do business in their country, developing their country. You and I cannot get a visa to go to that country. It's still the elite ones and their children that could afford. They are not impoverished us here. Just imagine. So we do not have problems. We don't have problem with resources. We don't have problem with resources. And we don't have any problem with the resources. What we have is bad leadership. Problem we have is bad leadership, rule of law. We don't have laws. We don't have leaders. That is our problem. The day we get this issue of leadership right, the day things start getting better in this country.
All right, guys, we've all heard it now. So what's your take on this? Kindly drop your comments below the comment section. Share this video, make it go viral so that Nigerians going to understand how the matter they be. Bad leaders. Nigeria is blessed with a good resources, but we have bad leaders. They don't finish this country. So guys, see you in my next video. Bye for now.